Hi, we're here at World Hydrogen North America 2024, and I'm joined by Todd White, Associate Director here at Guidehouse. So welcome, Todd. And you are one of our gold sponsors this year,
We
so
are, we
really
are.
pleased to have you here.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Laura.
I'm just going to ask you a few questions, if
Sure.
that's okay. So it'd be great if you could just tell me a bit about Guidehouse and also a bit about your role.
Okay, great. Yeah. It's interesting with Guidehouse. We're a fairly new company. It started up in 2018 and was a spinoff of PricewaterhouseCoopers. So a lot of people haven't really heard of Guidehouse because it's new, but everyone's familiar with PwC. So we started off as like the public sector arm. It's the side of the business that deals with federal, state, local government. And since then, we've acquired some other consulting firms, and now we are involved in a lot of different areas. The area that I work in is energy, sustainability, and infrastructure. And in particular, I work on the decarbonization team, folks that are dealing with energy transition.
That's great. Thank you. So can you also tell me a bit about the North American backbone as well?
Sure. So we are collaborating with folks throughout the hydrogen ecosystem to develop a backbone of essentially a trunk line of pipelines to move hydrogen around from low-cost areas to high-cost areas. When you start looking at renewables, there are parts of the country that have better resources. You might think of the desert Southwest with solar, or down the middle part of the country in the windy states, they have great wind resources. Offshore has great wind resources, but a lot of the industrial base is in other locations. So the backbone would seek to get the hydrogen supply from where it's cheapest, take it to the places where it's most expensive, and kind of leverage the hydrogen hubs that are under development right now, because those are regional. But how do we connect them together? What order? How do we reuse existing infrastructure? And when do you do the different pieces? So we've been doing those kind of pathway studies for some time now.
Great. Thank you so much. And can you also tell me a bit about Guidehouse in other regions as well?
Yeah, interesting you say that, because Guidehouse has done pretty much the exact same work over in Europe, and that process is actually completed at this point. So we worked on it for a number of years, and same idea. We were looking at where do you find the cheap hydrogen and renewables, which in Europe is offshore wind up in the North Sea, Baltic Sea, and then down in North Africa. Major demand is in Germany, so the idea is take it from low-cost places again to high cost, and that project is wrapped up. So we have a lot of experience in this area.
Fantastic. And are you also involved in any other low carbon solutions?
Yes. So we pretty much work on any of the pathways to decarbonize industry. One that we're working on right now is around carbon capture. So that can be used to separate hydrogen out of methane. Right now, there are quite a few hydrogen uses, but they're using methane that's been converted to hydrogen and releasing the CO2. So with sequestration, you can capture that, store it underground. And there are a number of areas in the country where you can do that. We've got a hub in the Southwest that we're working on, and we're starting to branch out into other parts of the country to do that.
Fantastic, great. And maybe just one final question.
Yeah.
What other things related to the hydrogen economy are you currently involved with?
Yeah, so we are working with manufacturers and heavy-duty trucking. We're working with refueling stations, trying to develop corridors along the major highways so that heavy-duty trucking could switch over to hydrogen, get off of diesel, and know that they have places where they can go and refuel along their path.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been great speaking with you, Todd. And
Thanks so much.
have a great afternoon.
Thank you.